with regard to the number of people.
Right.
Yeah, we had just over 100 people come in. The first the keynote speaker was Pitt Johnson, who was the founder of Asset Management. And Pitch gave a wonderful keynote, a lot of stats about Africa, that really talked to some of the deep underlying problems. I mean, I wish there were like government leaders there to actually listen to this man sort of talk. I mean, he has a very good background in terms of lecturing and so on and so forth. And then there were like some really heated panels, where people discussed outsourcing to Ghana, for instance, outsourcing call centers to Ghana and things like that. And there were people who also had businesses back in Africa who came and gave their perspectives. So we had like perspectives with people who talk about some of the challenges that they faced, and these included, the electricity challenge. I mean, if you go and set up a business in Africa now, in a lot of countries, you have to have your own generator and your own fuel supply to actually make it viable and be able to run on a 24-hourly basis. And so some of these problems people were able to surface so that people who lived in the West, who don't really go through power cuts and things like that, except maybe California maybe a few years back, could actually get a taste for, well, yeah, this is what it's like doing business in Africa.
Right, which is what most regions or nations go through. I mean, India, China went through the same, growing pains. Can you give our audience and perspective on what type of businesses or entrepreneurs that are taking businesses to Africa or bringing business ideas from Africa here?
Perhaps because of a quirk of location, we are located within Silicon Valley. So what does that mean? There's a lot of tech around Silicon Valley. I mean, recently I think there was a conference on outsourcing to Nigeria in the Bay Area. So that was pretty big, and so it's really around technology and the few areas around technology. So outsourcing, call center outsourcing is one that's pretty big. There are also people who are doing landed services and things like that to countries like Sierra Leone. So they provide services to internet cafes and things like that back in Sierra Leone and Nigeria. And they were able to come back and talk. I mean, one company that I do remember is Access Point Africa, and they're actually doing this service back in Sierra Leone and also I think in Nigeria. And I mean, they're using Cisco technology to actually deliver a lot of this, but they've actually been able to be quite successful and gain a grip back there in West Africa.
So I'm sorry, just one thing. So again, because we are in Silicon Valley, it tends to be a lot of tech-focused type ventures.
Yes.
But I attended the Stanford. I'm not sure if you knew of it, but Stanford, their business school, they had a conference. Again, very similar to the one we had last year. It was again for the Africans and fostering entrepreneurship. And there was a lady there on their panel, and she did her PhD here, and she moved back home. I believe she's from one of the East African countries, and she actually does real estate. And so she talked about that. So that's another opportunity, and apparently it's a huge opportunity now in Africa. Lands are becoming very expensive. They're looking into building pretty much a lot of like the apartment complexes that you see in the U.S. They're looking to do a lot of those kind of things as well back home. Because again, I think now a lot more people who have come to the U.S., lived there, gotten their education here, they're now starting to go back home and either work for a company there or start their own businesses, and they're looking to find places where they can live, places that are comfortable, sort of similar to what they're used to here. And so real estate is definitely becoming a big thing at home as well.
Yeah. So what are some of the regions which are really popular in Africa for entrepreneurs?
Shall I go
anything
first?
that pops
Nigeria,
Nigeria's
Ghana,
yeah.
Sierra Leone.
South Africa is pretty big.
Yes.
Yeah.
The East. Kenya, I think the lady was from Uganda. I mean, I would say everywhere. You just have to know what's hot in that country.
I mean,
Now,
I think there's a market issue as well there, because the size of the South African market from a dollar perspective is a lot bigger than a lot of the other countries.
Sure.
So if you look at Nigeria and Ghana, they take up a wealth of it. Nigeria and South Africa, they take a lot of it.
Right.
Ghana is doing pretty well as well,
Okay.
purely from, I think it's an education perspective, because they have a lot of people who are educated in tech. Yeah.
Now, because we don't have much time, maybe 30 seconds, so can you tell our audience in 30 seconds what they can expect in this conference, and what are the main key speakers that are coming up?
Okay, some of the main key speakers are Matt Flannery, who is the founder of Kiva. Kiva is an organization that fund businesses in Africa. We have people like Barry Kramer, he's a lawyer, because we do have a session on, for your business, how do you go about all the legal matters and everything. So those are just few of the speakers that will be coming. We have a lot more speakers than that.
So we can tell your website to our audience,
Sure.
which is www.TANConf.org. So you can check the website. Also, we have a picnic coming up in this coming Saturday in Baylands Park. Go check out www.pacc-ca.org. That's a community fun event for music and stuff. And we'll see you back next week, and goodbye.